Hello and welcome to this YouTube video for Abrsm Grade 5 Violin. This is C2, the Night Song and Pantomime. I'm going to begin by doing a slow performance of this, and please play along with me to keep yourself in time and in tune and to boost your confidence so that you know you can get from beginning to end. If you have an occasional stumble, you'll probably find you can join back in again fairly quickly afterwards, and this will get you used to the idea of playing through the piece. Now, before we begin, we have to look at the piano entry, which is 3 bars and then 1 2/3 beats. So we need to be able to count this accurately, because we don't want to be late coming in, we don't want to be early coming in. The examiner has to hear that we can come in precisely, punctually. So we start by counting. It's 2 beats in the bar, and each beat is divided into 3. So it's 1 and 2 and to keep ourselves in the right bar, we do 1 and 2 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 2 and 1 and 2 and play. You need to practice this because it's very important that you come in exactly precisely. So I will now do a very slow performance, and please play along. Here we go. I'll go from the 3rd bar. 3 and 2 and 1 and 2 and... One and 2 and 2 and 2 and 1 and 2 and... One, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now, the opening section, I suggest, should be very, very smooth. There are 1 or 2 problems to this. If we look in bar number 8, we have to cross 2 strings. That's always difficult to do to make it smooth. My solution is to play the first note, the E flat, on the G string with a third finger, and then slide my second finger underneath onto the D string, so you can't hear the shift. And then the last note in the bar back onto G string, back to a third finger again. So if you watch me play this in slow motion, I'm doing 3, back, and I will try and be as smooth as I can, and that shouldn't disturb the line too much. And we have a crescendo in bar 9. We start at piano, and then we crescendo up to something like between perhaps mezzo piano and mezzo forte in bar 10. And then we do the diminuendo in the second beat of bar 10. Now that's on an up bow, that's always a bit of a problem. You have to start the second beat at the same level of the first beat. Don't start it quieter, but then you have to get quieter, and you can do that by changing the position of the bow relative to the bridge. So if I play the first note, it's closer to the, and then I start here and let my bow sink down here, and also slow the speed of the bow, and that will make that note quieter. You have to practice that, I think. Then we have this little figure in piano, the upbeat to bar 12. Then we count, and we come in the last quaver in bar 18. Same problem again with changing strings, so that bar number 22, I would play again the E flat with a third finger, the B flat with a second finger, and then slide back onto the A string with the third finger to play the E flat, and try and be as smooth as possible. Then we have a crescendo, and then again the same problem with the diminuendo. The bar 25 is immediately in tempo, so it's a fast 2. When we come in bar 32, it's quite positive violin playing, really quite energetic. We have lots of accents in this tune. For instance, the last 2 notes going into bar 35 begin with an accent. Now I've chosen with this figure always to start those on a down bow. So it'll be the same in the next bar. The last 2 notes in bar 35 are on a down bow, and so on. You don't have to do that. I just find it easier to do the accent like that. And then talking about the point of contact, all this part needs to be up near the bridge, so we have a nice positive violin sound. And the examiner hopefully will award you some marks for making a good noise on the violin. Bar 40, we have to punch these 5 G's out, quite strident. And then we have a crescendo in bar 44. We're already 40, so we have to be fortissimo by bar 45. And then the first note in bar 46 is fortissimo, but then we immediately diminuendo. But I would suggest that the last 2 notes in bar 46 are 40. It's enough just to come down to 40 to keep the vitality of the music. And again in bar 51 we have this crescendo up to fortissimo in bar 52, and we have accents here as well. Bring out those top notes. Bar 52, bar 54, bar 56, we have all these accents, and in bar 57 we have a really awkward accent. We have to punch the up bow, make it move a bit faster than usual to try and bring these accents out. It's always more difficult on the up bow, and you have to simply work harder. And in bar number 59, the third last note is fortissimo, and the second last note is piano. That's a tricky one. You may have to stop your bow on the loud one and then immediately play very quietly. And we crescendo in bar 61, again punching the notes out in bar 62, and back to the vigorous play that we had at bar number 32 here. This is all much the same. Bring out the accents. Make sure the examiner knows that you've seen the accents. And in the penultimate bar we have two accents, a low G and a high G. You can bring those out even more. And then really let your hair down in the second last bar with the 4 semiquavers and then the final quaver. So I'll do a performance now with the piano. Here it goes.